Alrighty, welcome, Mush Eaters. Here we go. So we're gonna take a look at the 12th Corps as it showed up with Major General Joseph Mansfield. He was the 12th Corps Army Commander at the Battle of Antietam. Now he's a career Army officer in the United States Army. He's also a Mexican War veteran, having fought at the Battle of Monterrey and Buena Vista. Unfortunately, his Civil War contributions get cut very short because he gets killed essentially at the Battle of Antietam. He dies the day after getting shot in the chest. So we're going to take a look at his corps, but we're not going to take a look until the very end for how a battlefield army might look like, because all of the army stats for this are all identical right now because it's still under construction, essentially. So we're just kind of hop through it and take a look because all of the units' stats are the same. And so sorry about that, folks. So we're not going to be doing it by anything too crazy. So you have these large regiment sizes from these new regiments that show up at the battle. The 28th Pennsylvania, the 124th, the 125th, 2nd Massachusetts, 107th New York, 13th New Jersey, 128th Pennsylvania, right? So really large regiment sizes, 6, 7, 800 men. But because they're not really updated, their range and their accuracy and their melee attack and melee defense is all kind of all over the place. And it's fine, but it's not great. And what you're left with is these other smaller regiment sizes in the 2, 3, 400 range. And then after that, they're into the couple hundreds. 100, 200, 200 and 148, 126, right? 3rd Delaware, 3rd Maryland, Purnell Legion, 78th New York, 60th New York, 7th Ohio, 66th Ohio, 102nd New York, the Pennsylvania Zouaves here, the 28th New York, the 5th Ohio, the 46th Pennsylvania, the 3rd Wisconsin. Yeah, just all small sizes. So it's just something to think about when you're building this army. And of course, you have the 1st Massachusetts, 3rd Indiana, 8th Illinois, 8th Pennsylvania, with over 250 men each, with their cavalry, which is decent. And their artillery is the main light 6th battery, Pennsylvania Light Battery F, which is 12 pounders, 10-pound Parrots. The New York Light 10th has got 12-pound Napoleons. And the 4th United States has got 6 12-pound Napoleons. The main light 4th battery has 6 3-inch guns. Excellent. Always bring those. The 1st New York Light Battery has 6 10-pound Parrots. And the Pennsylvania Light Battery E has 6-gun 10-pound Parrots. So let's take a look. I mean, this is a very short video because of this. So we'll hop in and we'll take a look at kind of what I thought an army like this maybe should be built. This is with the understanding that maybe I'm playing against 1 or 2 people. But who knows? You can build this how you like, and this is just going to have an example for you. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty, Mush Eaters, let's take a look at the 12th Army Corps as you might want to use it in a real battle against other players, or maybe the AI or something like that. So I decided to take all of those extra big units, chevron them up to give them a little more oomph, and put them into just a hammer-hitting division that's just go out and find the enemy, supported by Mansfield, supported by artillery. This job is to just duke it out with the enemy, shoot, shoot, shoot. Try and get your units, these big units like this, on the downslope of hills when you're engaging the enemy, if you can. And the reason for that is because they're going to be able to bring all of their guns to bear on the enemy. If they're looking at you up like this, your front rank is only going to be able to shoot, and their front rank is, and maybe some of their guys in the back. But if your unit is down here, is down the hill, and the enemy is approaching, these guys are going to be able to shoot in all sorts of different directions. So using artillery with heavy infantry mass numbers, it's going to make the enemy stop and be like, oh no, we're going to have to take care of this because this is a huge, huge division. Now, the wings I broke up into smaller divisions supported by cavalry, and the reason why is I want these small units to be very flexible, to be very much on the move, to respond to enemy movements, extend battle lines, and also have cav that's going to be helping on the flanks. Now, if you have allies to your left and right, let's say you're playing a 3 or a 4-person game, you're going to want to think about how you're going to do your units a little differently. But always having mobility on these flanks and giving you, I mean, this is a lot of mobile units to be able to put on the battlefield, and you can really stretch them out. So let's get these guys behind this kind of stone wall here. And that allows us to really stretch out the battlefield. Now, is that good for holding a line? Not really. But part of the deception when I play against other players is making sure is sometimes that you can hold them out. If they're not paying attention, they'll just duke it out with lines of single infantry when normally they can press you. And I know I've had that happen to me a couple of times as well. So, all right. The artillery that I decided to go with was Napoleons, Parrots, and 3-inchers. Now, I would have these guys engage enemy artillery as a selection and bring the Napoleons up, get them nice and close, and start pounding the enemy artillery up close. I think because they're going to be very disoriented and distracted with trying to break these huge lines of infantry. And for all of you 12th Corps fans out there, keep them out of column formation so they don't get murdered like they did at Antietam. All right, my friends. With that, that's kind of the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I gotta go do some editing now and get this published out for you, but I hope you enjoy it, and it gives you some ideas to think about while you're playing the 12th Corps, or if you happen to be fighting against the 12th Corps, give you some valuable information on how to deal with these gents. So, with that, my friends, I will catch you in the next video. Have an absolutely fantastic one, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.